Hey everybody, this is Derek with Reef Automation, and we're going to be starting on a new series, so without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty folks, so this new series is going to be about fish. We're going to talk about some of my favorite fish. We're going to talk about specific fish and some that I've owned, some that I haven't owned, some that I love, some that I hate. And we're going to go through just about every fish that I can come up with in this series. I'm going to try to release 2 of these videos every week. So we're going to get started with the first one. And that is probably one of my favorite fish. And this is the Emperor Angelfish. So for those that aren't familiar with angelfish, angelfish, when you get them as babies, or let's say juveniles is what they're generally called, they will look completely different than they do as an adult. So you can see the picture right here, and this is a juvenile Emperor Angelfish, or Emperor Angelfish. There's a lot of different names that people call them, but generally you're going to hear Emperor Angelfish. They are part of the genus Pomacanthus, which includes a number of different angelfish, which we're going to go through in this series. They are the larger angelfish in the sea. Emperor angelfishes, generally in captivity, don't get much larger than about 6 or 7 inches. In the ocean, you can see them as quite large, around 12, 13 inches. And they live for a long time. In captivity, they can live 10, 15 years pretty easily. And in the ocean, you're going to see them, generally, their lifespan about 20, 25 years. I have owned a couple of them. I've had them for many years. They're very hardy fish, for instance. And they're also very aggressive fish. People don't realize that these fish are some of the more aggressive angelfish. So, as I showed you earlier, this is a juvenile picture of an angelfish. And as you can see, when they become adults, they become significantly different. And what's really cool about angelfish is you can actually see this in your home aquarium, that they change from the bright blue and bright black, basically, and white, to yellows, and a bunch of stripes going from a circular fashion go to a much more streamlined, more horizontal fashion in their lines. So really cool fish, Emperor Angelfish. When I was a kid, this was the one fish that I always wanted, and I was able to get one as a juvenile, and was able to change into an adult over a period of about 6 months. So it's really cool to see them change. And pretty much every large angelfish will change from a juvenile to an adult and be completely different, and they're really neat. Most angelfish are omnivores. They're going to eat just about anything. I mean, generally I'll feed my angelfish some seaweed. I'll feed them mysis shrimp. I'll feed them krill. I feed them clams. They'll just eat about anything. And furthermore, they need a large aquarium. Generally, most angelfish that you purchase are going to need, I would say, about 150 at least gallon aquarium. They don't need a lot of swimming room. They're not big swimmers, but they do get quite large, and they do get very territorial. So you don't want to house 2 of these generally. You can get away with it with a much larger aquarium. Also, I've seen people add angelfish when they're juveniles together, and that seems to do a little bit better. But generally, you want to only have 1 large angelfish per tank. I have a Chrysalis angelfish right now, which we will go through in another video. But you generally don't want to keep most large angelfish with other angelfish. That's a general rule of thumb with them. So this is the Emperor Angelfish, or the Emperor Angelfish. And if you have any questions about it, please leave it in the comments below. I hope you like the new series and the new video, and we'll move on to a different fish in the next episode. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching.